Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another Destiny video. It's Friday morning, which means Xur is in the tower, and of course that means I'm here to tell you guys where you can find him, what he's got for sale, and whether or not those items are worth purchasing. So of course if you guys do find this helpful and you guys do enjoy this video, then as always a like is super appreciated. It does really help me out, really helps out the channel, and also let me know down below if you guys picked anything up, especially since the December update. There are some new exotics that you guys might not have got yet, so with that being said, Xur might actually be slightly useful this week. Now to begin with, for Titans, this week you have an exotic helmet, the Helm of Inmost Light. The main perk for this one allows you to gain Death from Above and Headstrong, plus you gain bonus super energy from melee kills on minions of the darkness, and you gain bonus melee energy on all pickups. The stat roll on this one is 50 intellect and 51 strength when maxed, but comparing that to the min-max values, the lowest you'll ever see this is with 35 intellect and 35 strength, and the highest is 95 intellect and 60 strength. So on the strength side of things, it's actually pretty high, but on the intellect side of things, it's around the middle region. Moving over to the Hunters, you have the Radiant Dance Machines. The main perk on this one is that you move more quickly whilst aiming your weapon. So of course that means when you're aiming down sights, especially in the Crucible, this is great for strafing and shooting. So if you guys are heavy Crucible players, this is actually something worth thinking about. Even if it's not something you necessarily put right at the top of your list, this does have its uses. On top of that, it also increases the amount of sniper rifle ammunition you can carry, and you get increased agility for 5 seconds after a void double kill. So that does actually mean it also has a perk that's viable to the Night Stalkers this time around, so of course it is worth thinking about picking that up. The stat roll on this one this week, again an intellect strength roll, this time it's 58 intellect and 55 strength when maxed. And comparing that to the min-max values, the lowest you'll ever see this is 42 intellect and 42 strength, and the highest is 71 in both. So again, this is at the slightly higher end of the region, while still definitely not the highest. Finally, moving over to Warlocks, you have the Nothing Manacles. The main perk on this one gives tracking to your scatter grenades, plus you gain an additional scatter grenade charge. On top of that, you get increased grenade throw distance, and you also get increased reload speed with hand cannons. And this week it's got a standard flat discipline roll, this time it's 65 discipline when maxed, but comparing that to the min-max values, the lowest you can ever see this is with 31 discipline, and the highest is 84. So again, slightly higher end of the spectrum, while still not the highest. Then moving over to the weapon, this week we have a weapon as opposed to an engram, and it is Monte Carlo. This is of course an auto rifle, and after the kind of questionable auto rifle buff, I'm not entirely sure whether it will be any more viable, but of course, since Taken King launched, auto rifles are at least not terrible. They may not be top tier, but they're not necessarily terrible. So this is kind of more one of the weapons for the collection. It is still fun to use, it's a nice weapon, it looks nice, it's definitely one of the more striking weapons out there. But as perks go, it's not really necessarily something worth, say, breaking the bank over. That being said, it has hip fire. This weapon has bonus accuracy whilst firing from the hip. And then it also has Monte Carlo method. Dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. Pretty cool. And again, as I said, this is more one for the collection simply because it's probably one of the nicest looking weapons in the game. Aside from that, of course, you do have your Year 1 engram. Again, as a super quick reminder to anyone that's potentially new to Destiny, this is a Year 1 engram. This will not yield Year 2 items. And given how expensive it is, 31 strange coins, if you go and buy this by accident thinking you're going to get something useful, then I'm afraid that's not going to happen. Of course, if you do get a Year 1 item, that is of course a Year 2 item as well. You will then of course unlock it in the kiosk and you can then purchase it. But either way, there is a secondary associated cost with that. So I would, generally speaking, steer clear of this unless you're trying to complete your collection, or maybe you're just trying to burn some strange coins. Whatever the reason, that is his stock. On top of that, of course, you have the usual curios. You have your Emerald Core, your Void Drive, Heavy Ammo Synth, some 3 of coins. I'm actually going to buy some of these right now because I keep forgetting to do this. Every single week I make my video and I'm like, yep, you should pick these up. Then the next week I do my weekly raid and then I'm like, yeah, I forgot to buy some. So yep, that's that. And of course, if you want to need some glass needles, you can reroll some of the exotic perks. And then lastly, your Motes of Light. So that's it. That is everything you need to know about Xur this week. That's where you can find him, that's what he's got for sale, and that is everything you need to know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you guys did. And of course, let me know if you guys picked up anything as well. Plus, don't forget to drop a like if you did enjoy it. And thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.